Well, this is a house called Prakriti in Bangalore. Uh, uh, this is the Ghosh's house, constructed sometime around 2012-13. This is one of the first few eco-friendly houses in Bangalore. Now there are many. Now I'm entering through the gate. Then I'll just show you a view of that, and then Moushumi Ghosh will explain a little bit about this house, take us around actually. Uh, Moushumi Ghosh is Devashish Ghosh's wife, and the concept they conceptualized the whole thing. Uh, okay, Moushumi, what is this tank like thing?
This is our grey water
Okay,
recharge and grey water recycled and used for commodes and gardening.
okay. So
That
and
grey
then
water means our basically our bath water, our washing vessels water, and our clothes.
okay,
So we bring it
okay,
to the reed bed.
okay. So this is the reed bed you said.
This is the
Okay,
reed bed.
okay.
This is about 7 feet deep.
This is about 7 feet deep.
Yes,
Okay,
filled with gravel
okay.
and reeds, which basically takes out the soap element.
Right.
Even otherwise, we use a very mild soap. So this goes into the polishing pond,
Okay.
which is actually after removing the soap.
After removing the soap.
Yes.
Okay.
So that goes. So it all has all the nutrients which is required for plants.
Right.
So we use this for our gardening,
Okay.
and we also use this for our commodes. Commodes you don't need fresh water.
Okay. Okay. Now, Moushmi, tell us something about the lights that you have here in the garden.
Okay,
I
these
mean,
are all sensor lights. These are all basically this house is powered on solar.
Okay. This is powered on solar. Okay.
Yeah, so we generate about 1 kilowatt. We have solar panels on the top. So these lights are sensor based. So we just switch on a switch inside. We switch on the switch which is inside, and when we move, the light comes on.
Okay. Fine. Now tell us something about this the bricks that I'm seeing in front of me.
Okay.
The bricks of
And
which.
these are individually hand pressed bricks which
Okay.
are not baked
Okay.
but which are cured for
Cured.
21 days, so
Okay.
which makes it very eco-friendly. So
Okay.
baking actually leads to the pollution.
Uh-huh.
So these bricks are a mixture of red mud, quarry dust, and a small amount of cement. So the
Okay.
building is, after the building is done, it is whitewashed. I mean, it's not whitewash. That's a wrong word. We do a silicone wash so that the water doesn't stick to the building.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, the silicone wash has to be repeated maybe once in 4 years.
Oh, once in
so
4 years,
Our
okay.
house was built in 2013. We got the silicone wash done in 2018.
Okay.
So after each brick is done individually, and then the pointing is done by a group of masons who come from Hassan, who are specialists in doing the pointing.
Okay. This pointing is not as simple as it looks. I
No,
mean,
it doesn't. It's not as simple because everything has to be done one by one, and by hand.
Oh, everything by hand.
Everything by hand.
What is the instrument that you use for doing this pointing?
They have the usual mason instrument.
Oh, okay, but okay.
But the pointing is also again done with a mixture of that red mud, cement, and quarry dust.
Okay. Okay. Now
this
tell
is
us
our
about.
first rainwater harvesting tank.
This is your water
First
harvesting.
tank. This is without filter.
This is without filter.
Yes. So this we use it for sweeping, mopping our house.
Right.
Washing the car.
Okay.
And sometimes we also use it to wash the clothes
Okay.
after when the second rain. So when the impurities come out, so this is, and the overflow from this again goes to the grey water pond. So sometimes when we use the grey water, the food particles, it does give some little bit of smell, but when the rainwater mixes, the smell is not there.
Okay.
So this is our first collection point, rainwater.
Okay. What are these thin pipes here that I see?
This is all, one is for the solar, one is grey water, one is
what is it?
rainwater,
Okay.
everything.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, now I'll show you the second rainwater harvesting. Not a single drop of water goes out.
So, so not a single drop of water is wasted, you said?
Yes, not a single drop of water is wasted. that is the first filtration point, rainwater harvesting, the pipe that comes from the rooftop, and the filtration has a mixture of gravel, charcoal and sand. The water is filtered there in that cement which
Okay.
is covered with plants now,
Right.
and after the water is filtered there, it goes to the sump.
Okay.
Then basically we have the sloping roofs.
Okay, these sloping roofs.
Sloping
Yeah. they're
roofs
just-
which are called onduline sheet.
Okay.
So the one, from there the water rolls down, comes here,
Okay.
and we have got the rain gutters. What you call rain gutters?
Rain gutters.
Yes, these are the rain gutters.
Right.
Okay, so it flows like this, and these are called the rain chains.
Rain chains. Okay.
Yes,
These are the
what
rain
What
chains.
you have studied in school, surface tension. Okay.
Okay.
So the water comes down like this,
Hmm.
and it again goes to the filtration here,
Okay.
which is again a mixture of gravel, sand and charcoal, and goes directly to the sump. So good rains, 10,000 litre sump is filled within maybe 2 hours.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Then the overflow from the sump,
Mm-hmm.
we have got a recharge pit. This is what is called a 20 feet deep recharge pit.
Okay.
So the overflow from the sump goes to the recharge pit.
Right.
So one recharge pit is enough to recharge the groundwater for an entire locality.
For an entire locality. You
Yes.
was telling about this building next to your.
the building behind, their borewell dried up before we came. Okay.
Oh, so
They
their
said,
borewell dried up.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But then after we built our house, they started building the house 3 years or 4 years after we stopped. We moved in here.
Okay.
Then when they tried for a borewell, their borewell was overflowing.
Okay. So that's the advantage.
Yes,
Okay.
that
That's
is
how
the
it helps.
advantage. So now the excess water, after the recharge pit is filled, 20 feet water, the excess water goes and directly charges our borewell.
Okay.
It goes and directly recharges our borewell.
Okay. Why have you put these small fishes here?
So that it eats the mosquito larvae.
Mosquito larvae. Okay.
Yes. It's a decoration point, and it also eats the mosquito larvae.
Right.
We spend less on Mendelian medicines.
So these are guppies, very ordinary fishes.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have got generations of fish in this tub.
Okay. Okay. Now everything here is environmental, eco-friendly. What are these stools made of?
terracotta tiles.
These are all terracotta
These are
tiles.
terracotta tiles, which actually helps keep the temperature down.
Okay. So
Okay,
that's
it
the
controls
purpose.
the temperature.
So all this, these lights and all these are all.
All are solar powered.
solar
All
powered.
are solar powered.
And what are these stools made of? Are they coconut trees?
Yeah,
or-
stools are coconut trees.
Mhm.
So somebody were throwing away coconut trees.
Okay.
So we brought this, and we just designed these stools.
Okay. Wonderful.
And even that table is also half a coconut.
Okay.
The table is also the same thing, coconut tree. This is coconut tree.
Oh, this is also coconut.
Yeah,
Cut vertically.
cut vertically.
Yeah. Now we are moving indoors.
Okay.
Moshume is going to show us around indoors.
Okay. Now this is a. This also is again the terracotta flooring. Moment you come from outside to inside, you can feel the drop in temperature.
Yes,
And if
that
you,
we can.
Yes, and if you see, this is an 8-year-old house. We never paint it. Okay, we don't paint. We don't have to do anything. It is basically maintenance free.
Right.
And these are all vaulted roof. I mean, the panels are cast on site and they are insulated. They have got holes running in between, which actually controls the temperature.
But that actually controls the temperature.
Yes, that controls the temperature. So in winter it doesn't become too cold. In summer it is. We don't have fans. As you can see, there are no fans in the house.
There are no fans, no electric fans. in
There
the
are no
house.
fans in the house. So in a moment, if you keep your feet, you can feel the coolness of the
Coolness
tile.
of.
And you have the skylights for natural light coming in.
So this is your dining area and.
This is dining come family hall. Okay, so this we have done a natural. This was more out of fashion. We did a wooden floor,
This is a
just to
wooden floor.
break. Yes, just to break the monotony. That's it.
Okay, and anything special about your kitchen? I think
Yes,
that should be-
kitchen. Kitchen we have 3 skylights.
Oh, these 3 skylights you have.
Yes, these
So
3
during the
skylights.
daytime you don't need any other.
So daytime we don't need any light.
light.
Daytime you feel there is
Enough light in
enough
there.
light is there.
Okay. No, that will go outside and see this.
This is a utility area.
This is your utility area.
Yeah.
So the entire utility area.
So this is a utility area. We have the old-fashioned washing stone, which is actually very easy to wash.
Mm-hmm.
So suppose you don't have electricity, a wash thing, and then you don't have to bend down and all. You just stand and wash. It's one of the most convenient things to have it today. Though it is a old concept, I feel it has a lot of relevance.
Mm-hmm. Now tell us something about
Yes.
this.
See now this.
This is where.
We call it an oil removing drum.
Oh, this
We
is-
have named it. Okay.
Okay.
So all the food that we eat, we clean the waste and put it in the dustbin.
Mhm.
But the plate we keep it here. We soak it here, and after the plate, the next day we just let out the water to go directly into our vegetable garden.
So basically what we have is we have a little bit of soap powder and a bit of alum put in this water. So all the sediments drop. So the oil part, which is
Only the oil
quite famous in Indian cooking, that gets drained out. So there's no bacteria formation.
No bacteria
The
formation.
rest of it is washed, which makes it easier for the
Maid
serving
also
and
to
for us
clean
to
it.
wash.
So it is very easy to clean. You don't use more water to clean.
More water,
Though
less soap.
less soap, though of course not a single drop of water is wasted. We still follow the method of water conservation.
Right. Of water is
See,
not
wasted
a
here.
single drop
If you
of
look at
water.
it that way, we failed in one aspect. See, water conservation, we have 3 types. One is rainwater harvesting, everybody knows. Second is what they call the grey water harvesting, which Moshima was explaining. Third is the black water harvesting. Black water harvesting is basically the outflow from the commodes.
So we are
And
not
because of
doing
lack
that.
of space, we couldn't recycle the black water. Otherwise, we would have generated enough of fertilizer.
Okay.
See, normally, yeah, black water thing, but I believe the black water, if you recycle, that is the best fertilizer
It's
what
just
you
the
can
best.
have for your
But
plants.
where we have succeeded in the grey water is, like she said, you have soap. We have a little bit of, what do you call it? When we take a bath, our sweat goes in. From soap, what do you have? We have phosphates, nitrates.
Right.
Our sweat, we have sodium. So sodium, phosphate, nitrates is going into that water.
Right.
What is fertilizer? All fertilizers the farmers use
basic
phosphates.
ingredients.
Exactly, phosphates, sulfides, nitrates, and sodium. So that's why from zero in 6 years, this place has become from barren to jungle.
This was barren. When we moved in,
this
it
was
was
barren,
barren.
absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
they'll show you the
We'll
photographs.
show you the photographs. It was barren.
And
mud.
third thing, a little
That's
bit of soap particle that's going into the commode flushing. So you don't need things like Harpic. Because there's a little bit of soap which is going into flushing the commodes. So we don't need drinking water to flush commodes.
That is what we normally do.
Yes.
No, you
We are
can't.
wasting potable water.
You are wasting potable water, and
The
our
point is
country.
the facility is not there, in many places. It's difficult to convert.
Convert.
But where we have space, yes, we have tried.
And I mean, a lot of maintenance or anything like that. Come, I'll show you. Are kept. Okay, so the only maintenance that you have to do is once in a way fill it up with distilled water.
Oh, it's just like
Well,
old cars.
Every month or
No,
Depends
once.
on the temperature.
Depends on the
Depends on
temperature.
the
Depends on how much we consume. So just fill it up with distilled water. That's the only maintenance you have to take with your batteries. And by the way, our batteries are 8 years old now. Wait, I'll just switch off.
না আলোটা জ্বলে গেছে।
So Okay, so one aspect is from all our rooms, you can see the garden.
Yeah.
Okay, wherever you go, you can see the garden. And traditionally, what Vastu says is the master bedroom should be in the southwest direction. And then we realized that the southwest direction is the hottest part of the house. So that is why we go for a vaulted room. Please see the vault. So the idea is, you tell that.
Where's Bapi?
Bapi is in the toilet. Huh. So the idea is when the hot.
See, logically, if you look at it, if there's a southwest corner, on my right is the eastern corner, right? This is the west. So the sun rises from the east. Because it's hemispherical, when the sun is rising, this half of the roof is heating up. When the sun crosses to the west, this side is cooling, that side is heating. So that creates a turbulence. And hot air always goes up. So the hot air moves up. These are open skylights. So entire hot air goes out through the skylights and cool air circulates the body.
Hot air rises up and the cool air stays.
So that's why we have this set a double height design, which is traditional of old British buildings or old ancestral buildings.
See, we haven't gone for any tiles or anything which actually, if you read, the polishing part in granite or marble or something like that is really bad for health if you go through everything. So we went for the traditional red oxide. Okay, we are a bit colorful, so red oxide and yellow oxide we have done a mixture because they contain, the oxide actually contains that ferrous. So when you lean back against it, if you remember our olden house ancestors, they had oxide up to this. And they used to lean back against that, which actually helped them being ramrod straight even in their old age. So in fact, after moving here, we feel that our knee pain and the bone pain has reduced and we can very comfortably sit on the ground. And not only that, here also we don't have a fan. This also helps bring the temperature down.
Oh, that's really nice.
So this room is a bit smaller in size. This is my son's bedroom. So what we did, we have a double height room. So you make it a little bit taller and you have a staircase leading to a mezzanine. And because of the space, the staircase is a wooden staircase and it is done with the, designed with the idea of the left-right idea of climbing up. Though it looks dangerous, it is not. It is very easy to climb up this. So, as I told you before, our house is solar powered and this is where we have kept our solar panels.
Okay.
Okay, this is what basically powers our house.
And what's this dome? And
This is the vaulted roof, what you saw in our bedroom.
okay, okay,
This is the vaulted roof. And these are the vents through which the hot air escapes.
okay.
So with this solar panels, you can generate 1 kilowatt of electricity. What we have? We have a very small roof space because for solar panels, you need a flat roof. So because of this, we can generate only 1 kilowatt. If we use this space, we could have also used the induction.
Okay, what do you have on top of this?
This is, we have a grey water tank and
Okay.
a fresh water.
Fresh water.
The ladder, what is called, it is fixed, cemented. So ladder is cemented. It won't move. The ladder won't move.
Dome-like structure. Explain for us. The yellow roof.